Well, there's nothing worse than being cut off when you're making a video. Ooh, I hate that. And an alarm. I had an alarm set because I have to write two emails tonight. So I am in the midst of redoing my 3-year-old video. It's all right. I was only about 6 horses in, so it's not the end of the world. So we'll start over. A number of these horses, we've moved some 3-year-olds, and we're going to continue to move 3-year-olds. If you can't show me, and you don't have to show me because I'll see it, a path forward for each horse we're talking about on this list, it could be a problem, and they're horses that may be on a list of potentially going to move. A Handsome Face, we bought him to do one thing. He didn't do it. It's all right. I had to take some of the blame in the final. I get it. But his subsequent races since then have been flat. Now, he shut his air off in Aaron. Okay, fine. And last week, he scoped sick. Both those two are well documented. Well, he's going to be healthy for this race, and he will not shut his air off this week or this race. So let's see what a Handsome Face does this week at Northfield Park. Arches Rainbow again. We had to scratch her last week. She's back going full force now. We'll get her in soon. Atlas Hanover. A number of places to race this guy. We opted not to go to the Progress with him, which is fine. Nommler's a 4 is plenty good and plenty strong in Dover. Now, I'd like to see him do well right out of the gate. If he doesn't, there'll be some notes made because he can fit everywhere right now. And if it doesn't look like he can do some damage right out of the gate in Dover, then we'll just move him somewhere where he can. In this place right here, Ontario, is one of them also. Blue Tesla, Bravura, again, like Handsome Face. These two I gave them some time off. They look tired. I'm going to bring them back this week. They've had almost a month off. We're going to bring them back, get them ready, race them. If they don't look effective, they're not going to be staying. And that is the position we will take on both Blue Tesla and Bravura. Dustin Hanover, I told everybody I want to school or qualify this horse, train this horse in 56 before he qualifies. I want to have him ready to go. Right out of the hop, right off the hop. This horse, I think, has a ton of talent, ton of potential, and he wants to come forward in a big way now, and I want to let him. So Dustin Hanover, I don't know if they trained him this Saturday. Poured rain in Northfield. Did they get him trained on Friday? I'll talk to Lauren about it. Today. If so, we'll train him. I'll train him a harder mile. Go back maybe in 2-1, 2-2 on Wednesday when I'm there, and then a slower mile on Saturday because I don't know if I'm going to be over there on Saturday. Gemstone Ruby Rose is ready to start schooling. He said he trained her in 2-3. Grace still a little sore on that right front foot, and I don't know why. I assume it's her foot. I assume she stepped on something in the field. There's no cuts. There's no punctures. There's no lacerations or anything of that kind. There is heat and a pulse in the foot. So we're going to get her looked at. We'll get her, I'm going to take her back to Northfield, have Mike all go over. If there's nothing found in the foot, then we'll take the shoe off and assume that it is a pus pocket coming. We'll do that today, tomorrow. Should be back. How the hell? I don't know what I'm going to do with How the Hell yet. He was scratched on the post parade here. I want Melissa to look at him on Tuesday. He's going to the veterinarian on Tuesday. I want to see what's going on with him. What is the issue? Because it's never really been documented to me or anybody else. What he looks stiff and he looks sore because blank. Still a mystery. So I would like a few more answers that we can work on with How the Hell. J.K. Mickey Mantle has been racing good. Again, beaten favorite his last 2, sick his last 2 starts ago. Probably still feeling little remnants of that last week. I think he's probably getting better. I'm happy with what I've seen from the horse. And if anything, he may need a little rest at some point. But J.K. Mickey Mantle is definitely a horse that I like. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with throughout. I had a conversation with one of our clients about him. They thought that maybe moving him would be the best thing to do. And I'm not moving him. These are the types of horses we want and we're going to keep for now. Matt's MVP is 1 in 55. He's over in Northfield. I didn't love the way he trained on Saturday. He seemed a little blah, seemed a little flat. So we're going to take his blood before he's supposed to leave on Monday. Supposed to leave mid-morning, I believe. We'll have the blood back by then. If he's not good, I'm not shipping him sick, and I'm not going to race him sick on Tuesday. So we'd have to scratch him. I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but as you've heard in a lot of this, taking care of the horse is first and foremost, and if Matt's MVP is not ready to race in full force on Tuesday, he won't. Procrastinator's training very, very good. I like what I see in this horse. This is a good horse for Harry. I can't wait to see this horse race at Mohawk. I was very happy with what I've seen from him in spots and in spurts in 2022. What I'm looking for is a consistent procrastinator in 2023. Brett Overbach, I'm going to send him over to get Mike look at him. You might say, well, why don't you just send him? I've had him looked at a couple of times here. I want a fresh set of eyes to look at this guy. There's something bothering him left front, and his throat needs addressed. I'm looking for a definitive answer. Do we need to operate on his throat? If that's so, then we will. It's not a big deal. And his left front, what's going on with his left front? Quality animal and a good horse. And I'm not really that worried about either, but I want to make sure we get him right. That throat issue is coming from stress. I'm 1,000% sure it is. The running down a little bit coming from stress and soreness. So let's fix it. There's a puzzle right there in front of us. Shouldn't be that hard to fix. Let's fix it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Renegade Gypsy's probably been one of the biggest turnarounds of the entire year when we look at how this horse has been racing lately. And this horse was fourth to White Tiger the other day and HB Mama B. It's a little much to ask a 3-year-old trotter to race against those horses. And he did. And gave a good account of himself. Just beat for third, looked great, finished fourth. Renegade Gypsy, I think, has missed the board 3 times this year. One of them was last week. And I know one of them was racing in Hanover when he wasn't on Lasix. So there's 2 pitches. 1, he was in too tough. 2, he didn't have Lasix. I can't remember the third race, but the horse has had a tremendous year. Resolute Bay, again, horse had a tremendous year. Both these colts have been great. Resolute Bay's taken a mark. They both taken marks at 53, I believe. Renegade Gypsy is going to go over 100 for the year. Resolute Bay already did. He's at 115. Stonebridge Ducati is racing tonight, a horse that I like very much. We're going to see how he races tonight and how he's coming. This is a horse that actually, the nominals are 2. Not quite good enough for Mohawk, and the nominals are 2 and 3 at Dayton as short horses and looking for horses. You may see Stonebridge Ducati make a little shift south of the border here sooner than later. 3 Point Blue Chip, I talked about him a couple of times. He is standing in New York next year as a stud. I just don't think this is even remotely worth jeopardizing this horse's future. So we are going to move him over to the south, into New York is where he's going. Unbeatable Kemp is ready to go. Super excited to see this horse race this winter. Man, he is a nice horse, has been a nice horse, and I think the idea of resting him through the stake season, through the heat, into the fall is going to pay dividends. I'm super excited about this horse. Will to Win Hanover. Talked about her for a horse that wasn't in any sale. Well, she wasn't the preferred sale. Wasn't in any sale last week for the most part. I got to take a look at the entire playing field for the mares and for potential brood mares last week. And Will to Win Hanover, her breeding alone, she should bring the money we were looking for her. Haven't got it yet, but we do have some people that are inquiring, some people that are interested. We'll see how that plays out over the next few weeks. And then World 4-2, back training now with Mario here in Ontario. That's who had him before. I don't think he's going to stay in Ontario this winter, but we'll see. He's going to tell us. I don't have to tell you that. And those are our 3-year-olds. Aged horses. You guys know I've been doing it on the tablet. Aged horses 4 through 9. 9 being our best. 4 being some of our best. I'll be back in just a minute.